Fox News is now confirming the Florida Maquis was right. Ever since the events of November, I have been counseling people that going forward, we should vote with our money. Some people have said that's un-American. Some people have said that that's not fair. Well, Fox News is now confirming that it works, and it works faster and better than you might think. Also made the allegation that the two gentlemen in the upper right, Zuckerberg and Dorsey, do not have any real basic fundamental grasp of psychology or sociology. If they did, they wouldn't have made the decisions to censor and stifle the conversation. They may know how it works in their digital world, but not in the real world. Now, what am I talking about? This article with Laura Ingraham wraps all this up in a nice, neat, tidy bow. Biden, Abrams on Georgia boycotts. Here's what happens when reality bites social justice warriors. Now, real quick background. The people of Georgia stood up and spoke, meaning their elected representatives passed laws tightening up their voting regulations. There's been a lot of false reporting, a lot of misreporting. In fact, the Washington Post, a liberal newspaper, gave President Biden 4 Pinocchios on his statements about the Georgia voting law. But nevertheless, a bunch of liberals got together in the media and in influencer land, celebrities, and said, we should boycott Georgia. We should not film there. We should, in fact, MLB said that they were going to remove the All-Star game, Major League Baseball. Well, guess who is against the boycotts? That's right, in your lower right, Stacey Abrams and Jon Ossoff. Both liberals. Jon Ossoff is one of the senators that just got elected from Georgia based on the events of November. And that's just what we'll call them. Now, here is the best part. I'm going to read this article for you. And let me zoom this in a little bit here. And tell me if you haven't heard this before. Whoops. Well, it turns out that bowing down to the social justice warriors really is a dangerous and self-defeating strategy. Case in point, Democrats' lies about Georgia's voter integrity law, equating it to Jim Crow, well, it sends all sorts of far-left activists down the boycott Georgia warpath, including, well, that fringe figure, President Joe Biden, who eagerly jumped on the Punish Georgia train in an interview, with ESPN. Sage Steele, quote, anchor CSPN. So, Mr. President, what do you think about the possibility that baseball decides to move the All-Star game out of Atlanta because of this political issue? President Joe Biden. I think today's professional athletes are acting incredibly responsibly. I would strongly support them doing that. Okay, so President Joe Biden himself is for these boycotts. Well, aside from the fact that Joe seemed to be sleeping in the interview, as Laura Ingraham, the Angle, told you last night, these left-wing boycotts of the All-Star game, or frankly any other event or product, would cause huge economic damage and send jobs to other low-tax states, like Florida, for example. They'll hurt Georgia. And guess who agrees with Laura Ingraham? That's right, these two liberals. So the blowback against this is growing, which forced even liberal Georgia Senator Jon Ossoff to put out a statement last night saying, I absolutely oppose and reject any notion of boycotting Georgia. He said that they should just try to boycott the Republican Party, but it doesn't work that way with money. And then Stacey Abrams, the mastermind behind the fraudulent attack on Georgia voter ID laws, has also been caught in a trap of her own making. Stacey Abrams, founder, Fairfight. To our friends across the country, please do not boycott us. I understand the passion of those calling for boycotts of Georgia following the passage of SB 202. And understand, SB 202 was the voice of the people of Georgia. Their elected representatives put this forth. Their elected representatives. And she continues, but here's the thing. Black, Latino, AAPI, whatever that is, And Native American voters whose votes are most suppressed under SB 202 are also the most likely to be hurt by potential boycotts of Georgia. They have just confirmed everything that I have been saying. Everything. Vote with your money. Confirmed by liberals, confirmed by conservatives. And it's already starting to happen. Abrams and Osa, oh, please don't boycott Georgia because of this. But also the other liberals, oh, boycott Georgia because blah, 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 blah. Both confirming that financial boycotts work. Absolutely boycott Michigan, boycott Pennsylvania, boycott Wisconsin, boycott Minnesota, Illinois, Chicago especially. Confirmed. In total 100% agreement in unity. If they can agree on something, it's this. And what are we in now? It's only the beginning of April. Biden was sworn in, what, late January? So 10 weeks, going to 11 weeks? And they're already hurting. And make no mistake, Stacey Abrams is talking about Atlanta. She doesn't care about Georgia. She only cares about Atlanta. And she knows what will happen if this goes on. If people decide to continue the fight and vote with their money, this is what Zuckerberg and Dorsey don't get. Ironically, Jeff Bezos does get it. He gets it quite well. Because while these two guys operate on a social platform, he operates a for-profit money-making business, Amazon. And he gets it real well, what people can do with their money when they want to in an organized way. So don't think for 1 second that you guys have lost anything, meaning conservatives. We have gained so much in the last 3 months if you only stop and realize it. Arkansas, Iowa, South Carolina have passed laws that are unbelievably conservative. I think Iowa just got rid of the idea of needing a license for open carry. Arkansas just passed a law stating that it is now illegal to enforce federal gun control laws. South Carolina pretty much all but banned abortion, as did Missouri. And what's going on in Florida is the biggest resurgence of conservative power and values this country has ever seen. And it's only been 10 weeks. What do you think it's going to look like 2 years from now? This is great news, guys. This is absolutely fantastic news. And Laura Ingraham, along with 2 liberals, Abrams and Ossoff, Senator Ossoff, have confirmed it. So what more do you need? When you go to the grocery store, turn the label around and look. In fact, this week, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go myself and try to find some great alternatives for some popular products that will keep the money in the southern states, in the conservative states, and deprive Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Pennsylvania of revenue. And believe me, it's real. They're already complaining about it in the situation with Georgia. I applaud the people of Georgia, meaning the Senate of Georgia, the House of Representatives of Georgia, their elected representatives, their governor. I applaud them. We welcome them back into the fold. And believe me, anybody attempting to continue to boycott, we will gladly take up the slack. People of Georgia, people of Florida will. Believe me, we will exclude Atlanta. and we will keep our money where it's supposed to be. But make no mistake, guys, it works. It absolutely works, and it's probably the biggest I told you so ever. Free enterprise is going to win the day. Conservatism is already destroying liberalism. Liberalism is eating itself right now. Progressivism is dead. And it's the best news ever. God bless. Have a great Easter night. Have a great week. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.